Joining me right now on Kumite TV for the first time is Bellator Featherweight champion Julia Budd. How are you doing, Julia?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you.
All right, let's get started. You began your career in Strikeforce, dominated Invicta. You're a Bellator champion. You faced some of the biggest names. You beat many of the best. 10-fight win streak. What drives you, to move on with your career?
Just I always have new goals, and I just feel like every time I get in there, I learn more about what I'm capable of as like a martial artist as well as a person. So it's martial arts have been like a way of life for me for over 20 years, and every time I get in there, I just get more inspired about the having the best performance in my career and getting in there and showcasing everything that I have to show.
Do you kind of want to attain like the legend status?
Yeah, totally. I feel like I've been in it for I've been in MMA for almost 10 years, but I've been doing Muay Thai and fighting for so long. And I want to go down as one of the best ever in women's mixed martial arts. And I feel like I'm on my way there, but I still have so much to prove.
Oh, you're definitely on your way there. I've just listed all the things that you have done. So, moving forward, you don't have much that you need to accomplish to become a legend, right? Now, let's go back to your last title defense at Bellator 202. Many people consider that your best performance so far, even though you've had many great performances. What has allowed you to maintain that level of consistency you have reached?
I think just always evolving. So I'm always in the gym. I'm always trying to get better. Where my coaches are very honest with me, what I need to work on. And I always strive to just push my limits, my personal limits, and learn new things. And I always try to approach every training session like, the cup's empty and I'm here to learn and pick up all the new stuff that I can as I'm training. So I'm just really motivated and I'm super excited for this next fight next weekend. And yeah, training camp's been the best ever. So it's been good.
You've been an unstoppable force for the past few years. There's a thin line between confidence and being very cocky, overconfidence, right? What
Yeah,
keeps you
totally.
balanced? Who keeps you level headed? Is it something inside you?
I think it's inside me. It's in my. I've lost in kickboxing. I've lost in MMA. I know that. I know. I personally, every champion that I've looked up to and throughout my career has always been really humble and been like amazing athletes, but they don't need to trash talk or treat people with disrespect. And also, like, I own a martial arts gym, so I got a lot of kids and teens and women and men that look up to me, and I'm like, so I don't want them to think that you need to do that or behave a certain way to achieve to become the best.
Definitely. Like you said, next weekend, Bellator 224, you're defending your title against Olga Rubin.
Yeah.
When did she get on your radar as a potential opponent?
I'd say the Dandois fight last year. But I was paying attention to her. I always kind of check out who they got in the 145-pound division, make sure that I'm aware of everybody, paying attention, seeing what they're doing, and just making sure that I'm staying sharp and I know who's climbing the ranks and coming after me.
What impresses you about Olga and what she has accomplished so far? She's undefeated.
Yeah, she is. I think that what impresses me is her overall. Like, I felt like her last fight, she showed a lot of heart in the last round, coming, winning that last fight, and she showed heart. I think that she's well rounded. So I was saying this before, is like I fought a lot of like specialists in one area. The girl that I fought last year was like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Her accolades are, crazy accolades, amazing jiu-jitsu fighter, and a real specialist in that area. I feel like with Olga, she's kind of well-rounded, and I feel like, I'm excited to face her.
Yeah, it seems like Bellator is tossing you the next generation of contenders, and they're all undefeated. So does it feel
Yeah,
great to be fighting these undefeated women?
totally. Yeah, I feel like the last girl I think was 6-0 that I fought, and and I'm 6-0 in Bellator. So when I think about it, the losses in my career were real like learning lessons for me, and they got me since it's been a long time since my last loss. But in all my training, it's there. Those are major motivators for me. I know what that feels like. I know kind of where I went wrong, and I've grown from that, and yeah, I'm excited to go in there and do what I got to do.
Yeah, it's like you're giving out the learning lessons now to everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, you've been through many champ camps. Is there a proven system, or do you change up things every time you go into camp?
I like to change up things every time. Obviously, I've got my home base, my team that's been behind me for so many years since 2002. But the thing is that I don't like to get stuck in thinking that one way works every time, because every person you face is different type of person, different type of energy, and I yeah, so we always switch it up, kind of make things different, and add things to our arsenal. And this camp has been really amazing for that.
There's a lot of contenders rising up. Do you have a list of women that you would like to face? I know you just signed a new 4-fight deal with Bellator.
Yeah. I'd say that this is a big one for me. Olga, I'm not looking past her. I know she's coming at me and she's trying to take away, everything that I've achieved. I'm taking this fight really seriously, but I'm super excited that they put 3 featherweight fights on this card. And I'll be watching Leslie Smith, Sinead Kavanagh, and Amanda Bell for sure. Those are 3 potential matchups. And the main thing is I need to go out there and do what I do and win in dominating fashion. Prove that I'm the face of the 145-pound division. Prove that I belong at the very top. And yeah, that's what I plan on doing next weekend.
Outside of Bellator, you got the biggest name probably is Cris Cyborg, right? And
Yeah.
she has stated that she will test free agency after her fight at UFC 240 in Canada.
Yeah.
If she were to sign with Bellator, would you give her an immediate title shot, or would she have to prove herself as a contender?
No, I think that Bellator, obviously that's for Bellator to decide, but I think her resume speaks for itself. I think that fight is definitely one that I have on my radar I want to test myself against the very best competition. That's one of my driving force and my motivation is always test myself against the very best out there. And I feel like she's one of them, and I'd love to have that fight.
Another fight that was mentioned earlier this year was Gabby Garcia. You
Yes.
possibly going over to Ryzen and facing her. Is that something you still want in the near future? Maybe New Year's Eve card in Japan? And have you talked to Bellator about fighting in Japan?
Yes to all of the above. Yeah. I think that would be so exciting. My husband, when he started fighting, he was fighting guys that were, had 100 pounds on him. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, facing just giants in there. And that was something that, that his nickname, that's how he got the nickname Fearless. I have it tattooed on me. It's kind of like our mentality of our training and everything. And I think that would be a huge, just as a fun fight in my career. And definitely to test my skills against somebody with, however many pounds on me. That would be awesome. And yeah, that would definitely be exciting.
All right. Well, before you do all of that, you're going to defend your featherweight title at Bellator 222 or 224, July 12th. Yep. Thank you, Julia, for your time, and good luck on anything and everything you're doing in the future.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on. And I'll see you guys next weekend, July 12th, when I come out with a victory against Olga Rubin.